everyone, and welcome to the Week 10, the final preview show of the regular season of Friday Prep Football. I'm Bob Strickley, with me is Cody Leist. Before we get to today's slate of games, let's talk about last week. Let's see, Portsmouth won in overtime.
They won in not a convincing fashion, I should say. This was pretty thrilling. Double overtime, 24-21 at Logan, but it comes at the expense of losing Duke Edwards to an injury. Very good game in Hocking County.
And then Valley also beat Wheelersburg in a game that was pretty close, but Valley just showed that they are the overpowering favorite this year.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. I was at that game last week, Bob. 3 turnovers committed by Valley. They give up an 85-yard touchdown or kickoff return for a touchdown to start the game, and yet they win by 12 points.
Yeah.
It just shows how well they are.
Now let's move on and look at the playoff implications of matchups this week. And what can you tell us about that? You're the Joe Idle expert around here.
Oh, if you haven't been on the joeidle.com before, it's a site that helps a lot of us out in the sports department area. But anyways, here's the teams that are in the playoffs for sure. Valley is in Division 5. They'll be in the Region 19 playoffs come next week. In Region 6, Sims Valley will be playing in the Region 23 playoffs. Now, here's the funny thing. There's about 4 or 5 other schools left that we have in this area that are still playoff eligible. West, all they need to do is beat Wheelersburg at Wheelersburg tomorrow or Friday, and they're in. Wheelersburg's sitting 12th in their region. They need some help. They need a win, plus a couple of teams to fall for them to crack the top 8. In Division 4, Ironton, it's a win-in situation when they go host Portsmouth. Piketon has a chance to get in if they beat Adena, and they need a lot of help. They're also in the 12-13 range in Division 4, Region 15. And in Division 6, Region 23, right now, it's funny, East and Notre Dame are both in the playoffs if we didn't have to play tonight. But unfortunately, these 2 teams have to play. It's going to be an elimination game. Notre Dame's sitting 8th. I believe East is around 5 or 6. So it's going to be interesting to see which teams from the area are going to be playing Week 11 next week.
All right, well, let's go ahead and look at the matchup that I'll be covering. I'll be at Wheelersburg as they host West. I talked to both coaches yesterday, and both of them were real excited about the playoff implications, but they were focused more on the opponent more than what they can do or what is out of their control, basically. For Wheelersburg, they're clearly trying to gear up for the backfield of Auger and Ratliff and Bricker, and with conversely, West is trying to prepare for the attack of Alex Shears and his surrounding cast. And then we have a Portsmouth and Ironton game that you'll be at.
Again, 54, and 8. That's all you need to know. That's the all-time series matchup between Portsmouth and Ironton. This will be 1-7. That means game number 117 for these legendary rivals. Portsmouth's trying to break a 3-game losing streak to the Fighting Tigers. Ironton's trying to get in the playoffs. So there's a lot of different storylines in this game. We'll have the preview in today's paper that you can sit and read, and hopefully the game over at Tank Stadium is going to be fun Friday night.
All right, then our last game, which is also a rivalry game, clearly not up to the point that Portsmouth and Ironton are, but Valley is visiting Minford, and we'll remember last year that Minford kept Valley out of the playoffs and sealed their own ticket to go to the playoffs by beating Valley by 1 point. Now, what's on the line is a 10-0 perfect record from the regular season for Valley. And I talked to both coaches, and they said last year's in the past, and this year is an all-new game with all new implications. But that's it for us. Follow our updates on Twitter this evening, and best of luck to all of our area teams.